Hello YouTube, welcome to the Alone Zone. I am Chris Strickland, and this will not be the part 2 of my bullying video. I think I said enough in part 1. I'm probably gonna retitle that. I don't think I need to go into that anymore, although I will touch on this briefly. The two girls that caused this 12-year-old girl in South Florida to jump to her death for bullying them, they were charged initially, but I guess the charges were dropped, so they're not gonna be punished. Here's the thing: when it first came out, I was on the I was of the thinking that these girls should at least go to juvenile hall for 6 months, and they should be in there, away, have their freedoms taken away, and be picked on. Although this is not, this is not an answer, but this is what I first thought. My initial reaction. They should be put in there with people, other girls who have been in trouble, who are hardened, I guess, who have been there or been there a while. And they should be put in there, and they should be made to feel what it's like to be, put down like that. But then, upon further review, I was like, that's not going to solve anything. This all started with, bullying, and the girl killed herself. Now, if you put these girls in there and do that to them, then it could end up, But I do think they need to be punished in some way. Maybe not criminally, but something needs to be done. And I would really like to see a remorseful apology from these girls, not some, written speech from their parents, because you can kind of tell when someone's being honest and truthful when it comes to an apology. So I'd like to see something, along those lines. Okay, so let's talk. Couple of things first. There's a guy out there on YouTube that I guess is popular. His name is Zach Y, and his other name was his regular name would be Movie Maniac. Cool, positive comments every time, I see a comment from you. Appreciate it. And, you were, discussing a social anxiety, gathering with the YouTuber community. That would be awesome. I've talked with my therapist a lot, and, here there are no, physical, where I can go to groups for people with social anxiety and depression. They have groups for people who are on drugs, people, alcoholics and stuff like that, but there is no, nowhere, in any, here we have a place called the Lakeview Center, and it's the place for psychiatric help. People even stay there if they need, to stay for long periods of time. They have a medical center, with regular checkups, and basically it's just a whole healthcare system thing. And they're like the mental health specialists of this area. Damn cigarette went out. Means I must need to quit smoking. I'm working on it. I'm down to 2 cigarettes a day, and I smoke them in half, so I'm doing it. I'm gonna quit. Pardon me while I light up. I'm gonna switch to electronic cigarettes before I quit altogether. Don't think I could do it cold turkey, but back to what I was saying. So there is no physical support group that I can go to, and I brought it up to my therapist about it, and he made a good point. The reason there isn't is because people with social anxiety, they have social anxiety. They're not big on going to new settings, into new groups, and being around, people they don't know. So that makes a lot of sense. So this is where YouTube would come into play. We are I guess, I'm new to this. Although I started a year ago, I took a long time off. I'm back. But I consider myself a social anxiety vlogger. I am a guy with 0 friends. Depression for 20 years, anxiety, all my life. I've detailed when I was 3 years old, not wanting to be around anybody even way back when. So I've been dealing with this for a very, very, very long time. So I consider myself, and this is why I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to get my story out there and maybe help someone who's going through it not end up, as bad as I am, as far as, my social life, and as far as, being depressed all the time. So I would love, to have a community of people on YouTube who are open and honest and talk about their mental struggle and talk about their troubled lives. And, it would be awesome, for us to get to know each other via the tube. We're sitting out there, we're putting our faces there, you hear our voice, you hear our pain, you hear our stories and whatnot. And it would be awesome to bring us, together and get to know each other, because who can relate to us more than people who have been through it? The problem I have is people who don't understand it because they've never been through it, and they think, oh, you can just get over it and, you know, stop whining, blah, blah, blah. They don't understand the magnitude of it, especially when you've been going through it for so long. Especially me in my case. I don't just get over it. I can't just get over it. I'm trying to get over things that happened to me when I was 12, 13, 14, and up. You know, things like I said, and I've said this before, the first girl that ever turned me down and called me fat and said I was too ugly and wouldn't be my friend. 12 years old, I still remember her name, I still remember her face, I still remember the classroom, I still remember the setting, everything. I hold on to those memories. And I don't understand why you would think that someone, you know, who has a painful memory would want to erase it, but I cannot erase it. I don't know how. So it would be great to gather a community of people who took the step to get on YouTube, which gives everyone a right to vlog and put themselves out there, who took that step, who's telling their story. Now you're going to bring us together, and that would help us because, in my opinion, if you're around people that understand you, who have been through similar situations, more than likely you're going to, you know, click. You're going to, you know, build a better, stronger relationship, you know, and you're going to be like, I guess more like close when it comes to friendship because you know the struggle, you know the pain, and it would be awesome. I would love to be involved in something like that. Even though I'm new at this, I would love, you know, just to meet people who have been down that road, who can understand me, sympathize, feel that pain, and, you know, make some friends. That's the whole goal to me doing this. I want to make some friends, and who cares if we're on the internet, and who cares, you know, if we don't live in the same place. That doesn't mean we can't communicate on a regular basis. That doesn't mean, you know, we can't be friends. You know, and maybe one day meet up. You know, we can all like get a group going, and then one day have a gathering, and then we can post it on YouTube. Now, this is my idea here. We all get to know each other. We all get to become friends over the internet. We've all told the story of our struggles. We put our lives out there, and now we're gonna get together, and we're gonna do like a video on YouTube of all of us together overcoming and, you know, becoming social beings again and getting, you know, involved in life. And we did it because we found people who we can relate to, and then we started being sociable because we could talk. We felt more free around them because they understand us. So when we built that relationship, now we're able to be hopefully sociable in other aspects of life. So that would be awesome. I would love to one day gather with a bunch of people who are like me and sit down and talk for hours, you know, just sit in a room, just talk, feed off each other, you know, just, you know, help each other become social beings, because deep down inside we have anxiety, and other people worse than others in different forms of it, but deep down inside we all yearn for that social acceptance. We want to be, because we're humans, we're social creatures, we want that in life, and as hard as it may be for some of us and some of the things we've been through, that's at the end of the day our goal in life. So excuse me while I put out my damn cigarette here. I can't wait to get on the electronics. I found it in Walmart the other day. They were selling, and I know it's probably not the best brand, but it's called 21st Century, and it's an electronic cigarette, excuse me, and it's I guess it's a disposable. I mean, it says it's rechargeable. I don't know really much about, you know, electronic cigarettes. I really haven't really researched or anything, but I guess it's $7 plus tax. It'll be like $7.50, and you know, you can buy refills for it, but I guess the unit itself charges, and you just add the refill to it, and the unit itself has to have a charge in order for the water vapor and all that stuff. But cigarettes are not good, and, you know, I know they take their, first, they don't smell great, and just in recent times I've started realizing how bad my clothes, you know, tend to smell even after washing them with Tide, some of the best, you know, laundry detergent you can get, best fabric softener, and you can still smell the cigarette. And if a smoker can smell, usually smokers can't smell, but I can, because I've cut back my cigarette so much and I don't smoke as much as I used to. I can smell it, and I don't like it, and plus it's not good for me. And maybe electronic cigarette, it's still nicotine, you know, it's still a, you know, a chemical, I guess, but it's better than the real thing. So you know, I enjoy doing these videos. Like I said, this is my outlet. This is my way to communicate. And instead of sitting around mute all the time because I have nobody to talk to, this is helping me tremendously, because for these 20, and I know I probably should make these shorter, but 20 minutes isn't bad. And here recently, and this is surprising to me, the last 3 videos I uploaded were about 20 minutes each, and it only took an hour to upload. I was like shocked. I guess YouTube might have resolved some of the problems, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up, because I could go to upload this video today and boom, it could take, you know, those 1,000 minutes that I was seeing before. But you know, so this is my outlet, and you know, I would love, you know, and I think it would be the best therapy just to be around people who are like me. And I think that's what all of us, you know, who are dealing with this horrible disease, because like I said, humans are social creatures. We yearn to be and to build relationships and to have those bonds. And when you have a disease like social anxiety, and crippling social anxiety as I have, you know, it's just terrible. You know, it's like I'm a shell, or I'm a crab. You know, my sign is Cancer, and so honestly, I hide away in my shell in my house, and I don't go out much. It's because I'm afraid. I've been rejected by the world, and you know, by people who don't understand, who don't relate, and you know, that's why I don't want to go out there. Just like I told you about those 2 girls that said, "Boy, that guy sure is ugly." I mean, come on. That's the world that I'm stepping out into. That's the world that I yearn to be a part of, and I know not everyone is like that. So I need to find people, and I've never have, who aren't like that, who are going to accept me for who I am and understand my flaws, but to understand that underlying there is a person that, you know, is a good dude that really, you know, deserves to have friendship, and ultimately, hopefully one day meet someone, fall in love, and have my ultimate dream of a family. And that would be you know, amazing. But back to the, you know, this guy Zach Y, I watched a few of your videos. I just subbed to you. I probably should have done it a while back. I just now got around to it. It's nice to listen to other people tell their story, and there's a guy out there that seems to be also popular. I just started watching his videos. I didn't even know about him, and I apologize. I don't know his whole name. I know his name is like McHenry, and for me, it seems like he's like a comedian. So while he does occasionally talk about the social anxiety and stuff, he does it in a comedic way, and if that's what helps him, that's awesome. You know, you got to find what helps you to put it to the side. For me, I don't really have anything that I utilize to forget about my problems. You know, this helps. This, I guess, making these videos, even though I'm discussing my issues, you know, for these 20 minutes while I'm making these videos, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually happy, and that's hard for me to say, but I get a joy making these videos, and I haven't been truly happy in over 20 years. And I'm not going to say this is making me 100% happy, but when I do sit down, whether it's in my vehicle, whether it's sitting at a park bench somewhere, I'm starting to have a joy. For a while when I first started, I was like, yeah, nobody's watching, you know, I'm barely getting any, you know, comments, and it doesn't matter. I mean, there are 250 people subscribed to me right now. That's awesome. That's 250 people that want to hear this guy, you know, tell his story and wants to listen to me, and that's awesome. And I appreciate everyone that gives me, because if there were no viewers, I couldn't do this. It would be like what I've been doing most of my life, talking to myself. You know, if I was making this video and no one watched, even if only one person watched, that would give this, you know, that would make this, you know, worth it, and it's really worth it. I don't need 100,000 subscribers. I don't need 1 million subscribers. Hell, I'd be happy with, you know, just maybe around 500 to 1,000, because those are people who take time out of their day to listen and for the most part enjoy, you know, what I have to say. And like I said, it's making me feel some joy, something I haven't felt in a while. And I'd like I said, good ideas about coming together. This McHenry guy was talking about, you know, bringing people together. And I don't have the ability to, you know, Skype. I don't have the ability to webcam chat or anything like that. I don't have a tablet. I don't have a web camera. And the computer I have, you know, is not the best. So, I'd have to get some equipment. But, I know I'm new to all this. I don't even know you people. But maybe we can get to know each other. And maybe one day I can, we can maybe do a, talk, more than just typing in the comment section or me responding to you in a video. Maybe one day, and I can meet more of you out there. Apparently there are more social anxiety bloggers that I don't know. And I'm going to take the time over this weekend to go on the tube, and I'm going to search for other people who are... I did this one time, and for whatever reason, I don't know if they don't make videos that often or what, but the people I came across just had like, a video every couple of months or something. I'm looking for people who do a video maybe every couple of weeks or every week, who are a little bit more active, who are doing this, basically on a consistent basis. And I'm guilty, but I'm trying to get more than one video out a week. But it would be nice to communicate with some of you guys and get to know some of you people, because I think that's what, at the end of the day, that's what's going to help me, and that's what's going to help all of us, is if we can get together and get to know people like us who relate to us. Because there's a saying, I guess, and this may not be the correct way of saying it, but what I've heard is, the only people in life that are going to be there for you and be your closest ally are the ones who can say that they have walked a mile in your shoes. So, meaning that you've been through some of the things that I've been through, you understand, you relate, so you have walked a mile in my shoes, you know what it's like to be me. Therefore, we will be stronger allies, because we will form a tighter bond, a more collective, unit, okay? And we will be able to conquer and overcome, because all of us can get together, all of us can become sociable with each other, step out of our comfort zones, share our stories, and then start, because we relate, we understand, we know it's going to be difficult at the start, but as we do it more and talk more, we are going to be more comfortable with it, and it's going to help us step out and go back into the average world with people who don't relate to us, who don't understand us. And of course, there's still going to be those people who naysay, who don't buy into the mental illness, or who make comments. But at least we'll have a little more confidence, because we know there are people at the end of the day that do care about us, that do relate to us. So, more than anything, at 31 years old, I am ready to meet and make friends. I need this more than anything in my life. I'm going to tell a story in my next video. I'm going to really, I've touched on my past with self-medication and drugs, but I'm really going to detail, everything. I'm really going to, maybe a little more than I have, and I'm going to discuss me being, now if you people don't know what methadone is, that's what I currently take, and I've been taking methadone now for 6 years. And I know it's not the best thing in the world, but it keeps me away from doing, what I was doing, the harder drugs. And it keeps me, it gives me a consistent, as far as I get to wake up, I get to go get my medicine, and it gets me out of the house for that hour a day, and it gives me time to make these videos, or else I don't make these videos around my house. For whatever reason, I don't like to make videos at my house. I just don't. If I'm going to make a video, I want to be away from that. I want to be out. And, for whatever reason, I don't, that's my comfort. I mean, what's it called? That's like my shelter. That's my safe haven. That's my house. That's my world. And that's where I go and I hide and I'm away. And that's my shell. And, I feel like I can be a little bit more talkative and a little bit more open when I'm out. I know it's hard to explain, but why sit at my house and make a video when I can get in the car and go collect my medicine and then stop at a park and sometimes get out depending on who's there. If no one's there, like today there's people at the park, so I've had to do this one in my car, and I'm not going to drive all over town looking for another park, because this is comfortable. I like just whether I'm in my vehicle or whether I'm out at a park bench, at least, you're hearing me, you I'm able to be, use this as my outlet. So I know I'm jumping around and stuff, but you get the gist of this video. The gist of this is just, responding to, a couple of, a guy that has responded to me, and responding to him about his ideas of bringing people together in this community, and then the other guy, McKimry, who seems like he's, down to, bringing these social anxiety people together, which would be amazing. And I guess I'm gonna have to, divulge, and like I said, I'm gonna take time over the weekend to see if I can find more people who do this on a regular basis, and communicate and try to get to know each other. So I know, as I sit here and say this, though, in the back of my mind, I'm probably like thinking, and I'm pessimistic, and I have every reason to be pessimistic. A lot of the things that I've been through in my life, but I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, in the back of my mind, yeah, this is a great idea. This is something I would love to have happen. But then my mind tells me these people probably think I'm so stupid saying what I'm saying. That you guys think that I would, this is the way my mind functions, and I apologize, and this is probably not true, but I just, in the front of my mind, yeah, this is a great idea. This would be awesome. Back in my mind, I'm thinking that, even though you guys relate to me and understand that you would never want to be my friend or would ever want to, communicate with me on a consistent basis. And that's just the way my mind thinks because of all the rejection that I've had over the years. It's going to take me some time to actually, accept if people truly do want to get to know me on that kind of basis and become friends potentially. So, at first I will be, that's just the way my mind is, and, it's nothing against anyone, but as I'll sit and find other people in this community and reach out, in the back of my mind I'll be, the whole time thinking, you guys are going to just reject me like everybody else, even though you probably can relate to me and do relate. That's just the way my mind is, and that's one hurdle I will overcome, as hopefully we communicate, talk more and more on a more consistent basis. Then I'll feel comfort. I'll feel as though, hey, this is real. These people do want to talk to me, do want to get to know me. And, the ultimate goal is, friendship. And that's something I'm going to need, and that's something all of us with social anxiety need. We need friends. True friends. Relatable friends. So, me and my pessimistic mind, as I make this video and I'm talking, and I'm going to get, like, panicky to upload it, because now I'm directly speaking to people. So, and I just can't, I'm afraid of the response I'm going to get. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. That's been Chris. This has been The Alone Zone, and I will see you next time. And again, I appreciate everyone who watches, all the support that I get, great comments. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you next time. Peace.